that's me in Ars Electronica in 2016, performing with this environment dress. If you have been in Ars Electronica, you know that there is a huge space, and I've been working around this huge space in Coast City with this environment dress, and I've been registered with the mobile phone my mood in each moment. It means if I feel bad, I put in the mobile phone, I'm bad, and this environment dress link this mood with the environmental data around me. And after using this environment dress, I can have this kind of emotional maps in which I can know which are the most comfortable places in one city, or which are the most the places that the people don't like to stay because there is a lot of noise or there is a lot of pollution and so on. On the other hand, in 2009, I started to develop, together with my partner Alberto Valverde, a sensor to measure the electrical changes that take place into plants. And we developed, by using Arduino, a sensor that allows us to measure the electrical activity of the plants that depends on the surrounding of the plant. And we are measuring electrical signal that change immediately when something happens around the plant. And as you can see in this demonstration, we can adjust the sensor that could be more sensitive when you touch the plant or more sensitive when you blow the plant and so on. But we have been talking with scientists, biologists about this sensor, and they all say that our research and our experiments make sense because, for instance, we discovered that the plants sleep during the night, but nobody knows from where exactly this electrical signal comes. But we have been using this sensor in our artistic works, and the first installation that we did with this Chlorophylla 3.0 sensor was this little garden in which we connect the plants to the sensors, and we translate this electrical data into sound. And the plants sound like that. This was in 2011, and some years after this project in 2016, when I was in the middle of my PhD researching about body enhancement, I thought about put together this sensor into a wearable device. So I'm very proud of this project because it's the link between these two research lines. The research about how we can enhance human capabilities, and the research about how to understand better other living beings like plants. So with this idea in mind, we went to Umeå in Sweden to develop an artistic residency in the University of Umeå, and we spent 6 months developing a wearable device to carry the plants and to feel the surrounding through these plants. So the wearable device we developed was that symbiotic interaction. This is a kind of backpack in which there are 5 plants connected to the sensors, And me as a wearer, I can feel the plants through sounds in this little speaker on my chest, through graphics, as you can see in this kind of lobe, and also through changes in the colors of the backpack. So through this project, performing with this wearable, I discovered patterns in the behavior of the plants. It means I discovered that the plants are much more sensitive, in my opinion, than humans, and they can perceive, for instance, changes in sound or temperature that we cannot, the natural sensors of our body doesn't alert us so fast. So let's see a short video about how this backpack works, because the idea is to have these holders, these round holders at home with the plants, and put on the backpack to go for a walk with the plants and to experience the surrounding from another perspective in this case. Okay. The next work that I would like to present you today is the plant sense. We did the plant sense thanks to a STARS grant from the European Union, Science, Technology and the Arts. And we applied to an open call in which some research groups from all different fields apply first and present briefly their work. And we discovered a very interesting work from a multidisciplinary team from Germany and Denmark that were researching about how to use plants in architecture to grow plants in different buildings, because they have a very interesting research about how plants can follow, for instance, the blue light. So they can move the plants in architecture, and they use robots to grow up these plants in the buildings. So we found this research very interesting. So we applied to work with this team, and we applied with this project. The first idea was to develop a kind of wearable device in which we can feel the plants on our skin. And we apply with this project, but after spent some weeks with the team of Flora Robotica, that is the name of this team that was working with plants, architecture, and artificial intelligence. After spent 3 weeks with them, we realized that something more a part of the wearable was needed, because the problem of the wearable devices is that the public cannot experience this wearable device in an exhibition. It's very difficult that the public can wear the device and can feel these kind of things. So after this 3 weeks of research, we extend our project, and we plan to develop a garden in which we can connect this wearable device, but we also plan to develop a kind of soft interfaces that the public can pick up on their hands and allow the public to feel the plants through their hands, through the body. So this was a long project. We had 1 year to develop this project. So after these 3 weeks in Copenhagen, we come back to Spain, and we develop all this stuff in our studio and in Laboral Art Center that allow us to use the facilities. So this is how this wearable device looks like, to feel the plants through movements and vibrations on the body. And this is how this soft interface looks like, that you can hold in your hands and feel how it's moving depending of the electrical activity of the plants. And this is a detail of this garden in which we also place cyber plants that I would like to call this white stuff. It's a cyber plant that is moving by the real plants. So in this garden, we have 15 plants connected to the sensors, and all this data go to a server. That it means that the plants works like a big brain. And this big brain made from the data of the real plants move all the stuff that are placed in the garden. So after our stay with the Flora Robotica team, we realized that their research was really interesting, but in some way, from my point of view, a bit anthropocentric, because they wanted to use the plant in architecture to move in these buildings. So we come back to Spain to produce this stuff, and we thought that we wanted to create a garden in which the plants, the real plants, have the capability to move all the stuff in the garden. It means that the real plants can move, these cyber plants can move, can activate this wearable device, and can also activate this purple stuff that you can pick up on the hands. Let's see a short video about how this garden works. Well, the next work I would like to present you is Beyond Human Perception. Actually, the beginning of this work was in Oslo. Before I become a member of FELT, together with my partner, we were invited by Christine to develop a short residency in 2019. And we did an experiment in which we connect a plant to a sensor. And we also connect a human, as you can see in the video, with this sensor to measure the electrical activity of the human brain. And we ask the people to interact with the plant. And we become very shocked because we realize that when something happened in the human brain, something happened also in the plant. So we thought that maybe because the person was looking at the screen, they can't react to the reaction of the plant. So after this short experiment, we developed a new one in which we developed a series of concerts, 3 short concerts for plants and humans, because we wanted to record the reactions of both living beings with the aim to compare the reactions of both living beings from the same stimuli, in this case, live music. We choose live and improvised music because we know that if we have the same rhythm, the plants get to know the rhythm and doesn't react. So it's the reason that we choose this improvised music. We did this project in the middle of the pandemic, so it was a bit strange, the process, the work in progress and the production, and we spent a lot of time developing this stuff, developing these holders for the sensors, and we use OpenBCI sensor, that is an open source sensor to measure the electrical activity of the brain, but we designed our own helmet to place these sensors, and we use once again our sensor chlorophyll 3.0 to measure the plants. And when we developed all this stuff and we were allowed to organize this concert, we organized, as I said, 3 short concerts from humans and plants, and we record all the data. This is a still of the video, and this is the backstage of this concert. We were recording the data from all the humans, 4 humans in each concert, with 4 laptops, and we were recording the data from the 8 plants connected to the sensors. And we record all this data without know if we will have a final artwork or not, because maybe this experiments doesn't work. But fortunately, we used mathematics, because my partner has a background in mathematics, and we used this algorithm, the fast Fourier transform, to work with the data from plants and from humans, because we have very different data from both living beings, and we use this algorithm. And after that, we developed our own algorithm to visualize the data. And we become very shocked, because when we were editing the video, if we lost the name of the file, we don't know if we were seeing a plant or a human. So maybe we are more similar than we think. Let's see a short part of the video. Well, I'm going fast because I think that I just have 10 minutes and I would like to present the work I've been doing at Feld. But I would like to mention that you can see the whole concert, 30 minutes, in my website. And this work have been exhibited around the world in this way, like video installation, in which you can compare the reactions of plants and humans, and in another screen you can see the concert. And I usually exhibit, together with this video installation, part of this scenography that we developed to the concert, in which we update this scenography with a little screen to follow the live reactions of one of the plants. So now, in these last 10 minutes, I would like to present the work I've been doing at Feld during these 2 years of postdoc. Mainly, I've been researching with plants, I started my postdoc with the aim to research with plants and artificial intelligence, and I developed two main projects. The first one is unexpected ecosystems. Unexpected ecosystems is an installation in which I developed 3 little greenhouses in which plants and soft machines cohabit together. The idea is to avoid the human interaction as much as possible. Is because I developed this kind of greenhouses, and we developed this kind of flesh soft machines with artificial intelligence. It means that these soft machines learn from the data from plants. Plants are connected to the sensors, and these machines are being fed with the data from plants. It means that the machines learn from plants, but the plants also learn from machines. And this is a kind of loop in which both living beings are learning together. This work has been exhibited at 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐿 in Oslo, and also in Teatros del Canal in Madrid. And now I'm working in an update of this work because I realized that during the exhibition, it's very interesting how these machines are moving. Let's see a short video right now. It's very interesting about these machines are moving, the lights are blinking and interacting with the plants, but just me after the exhibition can't follow the data, and I just can't follow how these both beings have been evolving together. And now I'm working in an update to exhibit together with 3 screens in which the public can follow how this relationship between machines and plants are evolving along the exhibition period. Let's see a video. Well, and last but not least, I would like to present other intelligences, plant-human interspecies dialogues. This is I also developed this project in the framework of FAILT, but this is also an ongoing project. The idea of this project was to develop a network of plants connected around the world, because it's known that the plants can talk, can share information and even nutrients in nature. So my aim in this project was to develop a network of plants connected to the internet and give the plants the tools to allow to talk each others through the internet. So the first step in this project was to develop this staff to connect to the plant and measure the electrical activity of the plant, but also measure the surrounding of the plant, like changes in sound, temperature, humidity, and so on, with the aim to link these environmental changes to the electrical activity of the plant. And to allow the plant to speak each other's, I also place actuators in this device. I place vibration motor, a servo motor to move two spikes, and LEDs to make pink blinking light to the plants. And these three actuators are the tools to allow the plants to speak each other's. You will see. We develop all this stuff with 3D printing and do-yourself electronics. And we also develop a tutorial to explain how to connect the plants to the network. And we send the plants around the world. And we send 25 plants to different countries around the world. We choose just 3 kinds of plants: Monstera, Peace Lily, and Swedish ivy, because according to my experience working with plants, I know that these 3 plants are very reactive and they have a lot of electrical activity. And these are the countries where the plants were connected: Norway, Spain, Mexico, Belgium, UK, and Denmark. And this experiment was planned to be developed during 6 months, and now is almost 2 years that the network of plants are connected. And I don't want to disconnect it because a lot of interesting and amazing things are happening with the plants. This is the first experiment I did with the plants during 127 days. And through this experiment, I define, for instance, what is communication between plants. Because when one plant sends a message to another plant, and if this other plant sends a response in less than 3 minutes, I define that this is communication. So you see the data here in this screen. During these 127 days, we have a lot of activations and a bit less, but also a lot of conversations between plants. That it means that conversation is when one plant sends a message and receives a response in less than 3 minutes. At the beginning of this project, I was thinking that artificial intelligence was needed to develop this project. I'm gonna stop this to explain you. At the beginning, I was thinking that artificial intelligence was needed to develop this project. But after talking with Stefano Michele, who was working at Oslo-Met, professor who was working at Oslo-Met, he told me that plants are intelligent and they have the capacity of learn, and they have memory, and maybe artificial intelligence is not needed to this project. And I got his advice. I didn't use artificial intelligence. I just connect the plants to the network and allow the plants to learn, to train themselves to the network. And at the beginning, it was a bit random, but after 3 weeks, amazing things started to happen. For instance, when one plant lost the internet, another plant started to call again and again and again to this plant. And some 2 months ago, a new plant come into the network, and the other plants that were talking with each other for more than 1 year doesn't want to talk with a new plant. After 2 weeks, they didn't want to respond to this new plant. So let's see this video to see how this device works. These devices are mainly placed in houses, in the home of my friends and colleagues, but there are also one plant right now at Oslo-Met and in other different places around the world. And to finish, I would like to show you the visualizations I've been doing with this first experiment with the plants. And here in this picture, you can see the conversation between a monstera in Mexico and another monstera in my former home in Oslo. So this drawing should be reading from the beginning in the center of these rings. The center is the beginning of these 127 days, and there are some rings that each vowel represents one conversation. So when you see a lot of vowels together, it means that the plants have been talking a lot. And if you don't see vowels, it seems that the plants have been less talkative each other's. So that's it. Thank you very much.
I think you didn't hear the applauses.
No, but I saw it, so it's nice. Thank you.
Oh, okay. If there are any questions?
Maria, what's next for the plants? Are you going to build an intergalactic network or?
Sorry, the sound is very, there is a lot of echo. I understand what's next.
What's next with the plants? Is there an intergalactic network? Did I remember well? Okay, that was the question.
If
you could connect even more plants.
Yes. I don't know what's the next. Now I'm looking for funding to update the project, but now the network with plants is working. And just now I have 3 sensors available. So if any of you want to connect one plant, I can give you one of the sensors. I collecting all this this data, and I have right now tons of gigabytes in my own server. And I'm trying to use right now an artificial intelligence to try to figure out what is happening with this data, because with the naked eye, we can see patterns. We can see amazing patterns, and we can see friendship patterns with plants. But I think that it's needed to use something more about the human eye to analyze all this data and figure out what is happening, because I have visualizations of this data. But to be honest, I couldn't work with the environmental data, and I couldn't link this data with the electrical data of the plants, because it's very complex, because there is a lot of different data, and the artificial intelligence apps that you can find in the internet for artists are more simple, and this project is very complex in terms of data. So this is the next step right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Maria. Looking forward to seeing you.
Me too.
We will load on Friday, and have a nice evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.